G'day friends, welcome to day 31 of MERMAY. Now I know this is going up a little later than expected on June 4th on Thursday. I did finish this last week, however with the current state of the world right now, I thought it was appropriate to take a pause rather than continue on as business per usual. And just out of respect, I thought it was important just to take a pause from everything. So I've come back and I'm going to upload the very last video from MERMAY 2020. I kind of recapped what I felt about the challenge a few videos ago, but I guess now is probably the most appropriate time to just sum it all up and let you know how I felt. So it was good. I definitely achieved what I set out to achieve, which I think is the mark of a successful challenge. I just wanted to use this style of illustration and complete a large piece that was possibly suitable for framing in my household. My feelings about it have since changed. I won't be framing it. I think I said before, I just need a bit of space from it, only because it became very monotonous, and not for the fact that I didn't like them. I just realized that the thing that I've always liked about these challenges in the past was that every day I could switch it up. So even with something like a central character like my Inktober challenges, where we had Daisy, who had a very specific character, which wasn't specific, but there were character elements to her that had to kind of show up in each piece. She herself was open for interpretation, and we had millions of different, I mean, not technically millions, thousands though. There were a lot of people that got involved. We had thousands of different interpretations of what she looked like. Now, all these mer babies are kind of exactly the same style, so it was a little difficult for my kind of my squirrel brain to want to keep going with the same style 31 days in a row. But I'm happy that I did stick with it. I think it was important to at least work on that as a part of my challenge, staying committed to something, even though my personal preference might have moved on very quickly. And I think that's something that I alluded to earlier in the year with my Visions 2020 video, and how I said I wanted to create product lines that were all themed. One of my challenges that I expected was that I don't know if I work well with all those constraints, because up until this point, and the freedom is mine to choose, right? I'm allowed to choose whether I want to draw all these mer babies the same way, or I want to draw every single one different. But the problem is, like, if I do set myself up to keep a vision and something consistent and coherent for the whole collection, I have to stick with that. And that in itself, I anticipated might be a challenge, just because I move on so quickly. I get taken with the wind. I want to go, and one day I want to draw this way, and the next day I want to paint, and the next day I want to do Disney stuff, and the next day it's Harry Potter stuff. And even in one day I could move on to like 6 different things. So to stick with one thing for an extended period of time was, ironically enough, the actual challenge. So I wasn't trying to skill build or anything, although I did become a lot more familiar with these water graphite, or the water soluble graphite pencils, which I do really enjoy. And I got these blending stumps because I thought I might use them for this. So that's been great, actually, because that's taken me on a whole different journey with graphite illustrations, and I love the little blending stump, and now I'm really getting into intricately shaded pieces, and that. I guess I could just say I was happy that it led me there too. So there's always a benefit to a challenge. I don't recommend people just do challenges for no reason. I think there always has to be a reason, even if that reason is not specifically clear when you start, or maybe it changes. I'll be honest, I do like doing MERMAY just because I like mermaids, and I like the challenge. I like the public accountability of a challenge as well. I think that keeps me really on track. This one has been the first time where I've been late with videos, but I am happy to say that I still fulfilled the brief that I set myself, even if some videos were a little late. I don't know. I guess all in all, I'm saying it was a success. There's the pictures of the finished piece. I don't really have a frame that big. I was going to frame it to try and show you, but I didn't want to take stuff out of the frame in the living room to show you, so I just washi taped it up to a wall. I hope that's okay. But yeah, it'll sit up on my mood board until I find a place to put it, and then perhaps revisit it another day and see if I want to frame it. If not, I'll just reinterpret everything as I typically do anyway, and I'm sure you'll see stylistic elements of this that I really loved show up in future work. Thanks for joining me for MERMAY 2020. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you again next time. Bye.